What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Forex Fargo checking in. Just wanted to share this video, pretty much a basic support and resistance 101. A lot of people, start off in trade and they figure out that, you got to learn with indicators, you got to learn this, and that. But if you actually, simplify things and remove all of the unnecessary confusion, right, and all the unnecessary noise, then you'll probably have a better understanding of how to read the overall market, right? So pretty much, like I said, this is just some basic support and resistance 101. You can find plenty of these other videos on YouTube. This is just from my eyes, right? So pretty much consider yourself in an elevator, right? You are stuck in an elevator, on the ground level. In order to go up, right, you have to press the button and you have to break past that ceiling, right? So let's say that you're on the first floor, you need to get all the way up to the seventh floor. You have to break through, ceilings. You have to break through the first ceiling to get to the second floor, second ceiling to get to the third floor, so on and so forth, right? So that's pretty much how you would consider a level of resistance, right? And then consider yourself when you're standing on the elevated ground, the actual platform, consider that the support, right? So the support meaning that, after you break that level of resistance, that level of resistance now becomes your newfound support, right? Now, if you use that analogy and actually, apply that to your trading, things will, I promise you, actually make a lot more sense, and we'll start firing and clicking on different cylinders, right? So what I'm going to do is just show you guys how to mark up pretty much basic support and resistance, on this NZD chart right here, right? It's, like I said, pretty much self-explanatory, and then I'll just leave you guys some rules, right? So, first thing I noticed right here, you just got some monthly level right here. So what you want to do is you name this a monthly resistance level. And I used to trade like this. This is like very, rudimentary type trading. However, at the end of the day, you should be able to understand certain things, right? This right here, you would consider this in August of 2019. We'll call this a monthly support level, right? Now we'll just leave it like this real quick, right? So pretty much what I just had marked off right here, all right? I have in August of 2019, right? Price had fallen past this. We had a nice drop. And then at the beginning of this month, on beginning of August of 2019, this had become our newfound monthly resistance level around the 71 cent area, right? Drop all the way back down September of 2019, right? Price kind of created this beautiful inverted hammer, right? Which signifies, selling exhaustion and then buyer pressure coming in, right? You have this beautiful, nice inverted hammer right here, which is the monthly candle close of September. Like I said, indicating that, you have a potential push. And if you actually look at the way that this candle closed right below, within this monthly candle close, you can kind of assume that because the body of this candle is 400 something pips, that at some point, the left side, the right side should at least mimic it. Price knows no time, but at the end of the day, that's how, I prefer to trade, right? Once again, this is all on a monthly time frame. And I'm showing you this because the monthly time frame just has less candles and it's a little bit more clear, right? So you understand a few things. All right, so like I was saying, now right here, when we see this monthly resistance level, all right, we can see that we had this monthly close monthly close above this resistance level at 71,354. However, when we got up to over here or so, right, we had reached another level of resistance around the 73,170 area, right? Now that's not important because I don't want to confuse you all. Once again, just basic support and resistance, okay? Understanding that when price came back down, you had this monthly close below this, all right? So understanding a break and retest, right? This is why it's important to mark levels on a monthly level. Mark your levels on the higher time frames, excuse me. Now, with that being said, you can see that once you had this monthly close below this monthly level of resistance that we have previously marked, right? Price literally like to retest that, right? So we had this beautiful retest of this monthly level. And then from our monthly resistance to our monthly support, that was a 455 pip move, right? The moment price had retested above here, all right, you could have had your stop loss, look something like this. Those of you who all follow me and have been for a while, I'm kind of getting new to this YouTube scene, but at the end of the day, those that have been following me understand that I'm an intraday swing trader, right? So you know, just understanding, looking at moves, something like that, right? So looking for risk reward, that would be a beautiful, you know, one to like, I don't know, a RR. You know, my stop losses attend usually about 30 pips or so, so it'd probably be like 1 to 15 or so, and you know that would have happened in the span of about a couple weeks or so. You know, 2 3 weeks, maybe 4. Who knows that? But understanding again, right? What we're looking for, the most important thing when you're marking support and resistance levels is to just understand and have rules, right? So whether or not you're trading just naked charts, whether or not you want to trade off indicators, your goal is to make sure that you have confluences, all right? Confluences, right? So a confluence could be, you know, candlestick pattern, examples, candlestick patterns, right? It could be RSI divergence, it could be, you know, Fibonacci retracement. You know, it could be a simple break and retest, break and retest, break and retest. It could also be, what's another example? You know, a trend line bounce, right? Trend line bounce or break, right? You know, so these are just some examples of some confluences, right? So your job and objective when you're trading, you know, if you're just going to start off using support and resistance, is to start off basic, right? Get familiar with the candlestick patterns, right? You know, a lot of you all are using a lot of other indicators. I only listed a couple of them because these are the ones I've actually used and that I am familiar with. Other than that, I do not know anything else. I do not know about MACD. I do not know about butterfly patterns. I do not know about harmonic scanners, any of that jazz. Nor do I ever care to learn about it, and nor will I ever fucking learn about it. You know, this is how I like to trade, and this is how I keep it simple. Now, just showing you guys and moving down to a smaller time frame real quick, right? Now, when you drop down to a weekly time frame, right? Now you're able to see just how beautiful these levels are marked, right? So we mark these off of monthly resistance level, monthly support levels. You see all of this shit that happened right here, right? And I'll just give you guys an example. As you grow in your trading career and your process, you'll understand that all of this right here, you don't want to trade it. All of this right here, you don't want to trade it. All of that right there, you don't want to trade it. You prefer to trade when prices around your levels that you have marked, right? So when prices around the levels that you have marked, by all means, you know when you're winning a trade, when you're losing a trade. If all of this right here, look at all these candles. You got all these dojis, all these stupid bullish engulfings, you know what I mean, piercing patterns. It just doesn't make sense, right? So, but look what happened, right? Once you notice, you got this nice, beautiful weekly candle close of May, you know, the week of May 25th, 2020, you had this nice weekly candle close right above our monthly support line, right? Bam. And that 1 week, all right? In that 1 week, we fucking pushed up 450 pips. And that is the power of support and resistance, okay? If we were to break that down onto a daily time frame, a smaller time frame, all right, you can see that, you know, you would actually wait when price, you know, had a nice daily close above it. Regardless, these are all dojis, dojis, dojis. As long as you didn't have a daily close below, you know, one of these lows, you know, daily most recent lows, then you'll be fine. But if you actually followed along with this trade, or this is like kind of how you trade, and you know, you guys are always wondering how people catch the big pips this, big pips that. This is how they do that. They open up their mind, they simplify things, and they literally just practice patience. Why do you think a lot of people just game and shit? Because it just fucking kills time at the end of the day, right? So just busting back down to the weekly time frame, you can understand how price is moving, right? You can see right here that, you know, this is actually a double top, right? So you can see that, you know, price hit this level of resistance, came back down, came back up, right? Now is actually on its way down. What will happen, right? Who knows? Because if you actually look at it right there, you've now reached a level, and I'm not talking about this candle, I'm talking about, you know, the top of this wick right here. This was a weekly open. So unless the price, you know, price is actually trying to either gather momentum or is respecting the fact that this is a previous weekly high level, and that, you know, it does need to bounce. But yes, if you guys like this video, you know, hopefully that worked. Like I said, you know, at the end of the day, you know, just consider yourself in an elevator, all right? If you're trying to go from the first floor all the way up to the 7th floor, all right, you're going to need to break through the ceilings. After you break through the ceilings, you know, price is actually going to, you know, become that support. And I'll give you an example real quick. So let me clean this up real quick. Let me just give you an example on a lower time frame how market structure levels can also become structure swaps, right? What that means is that you literally just had a support or resistance level, and that literally just happened to become your become other vice versa, right? So we'll look at this right here, right? So long story short, you can see you have these daily candle closes, bong. Actually, we'll leave it like this, right? So this is acting as resistance, resistance. This is acting as resistance for August 5th all the way up until August 19th. The moment you had August 19th right here, I mean November 19th, November 25th of 2019, excuse me, this resistance level immediately turned market structure level swap, meaning that this resistance now turns support. All right, so now from that support level, you can see that price just remained bullish 165 pips, even pushed up 345 pips, right? So your job as traders is literally to simplify things, keep it simple, stupid, KISS. That's the only way to move forward and progress in life. All right, Forex Fargo checking out. I hope you guys learned something. Once again, just some basic support and resistance 101. There's some basic support and resistance 101. And yeah, Fargo out, baby.